What's happening? Because you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout, and as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing, the original hot boy himself, Turk. What up, though?
Yo, what it do, what it is, y'all already know, man. Getting ready for that reunion November 2nd is going down, you hear me?
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Turk, we got the #1 morning show host in Atlanta in the building right now as we speak, sir.
Yeah.
He might be known as an A-Town legend for some of the music that he laid down.
Yeah.
But right now, he's on his personality media run in this thing.
Yeah.
Young Jock, what up, though?
It's going down.
You know what's up?
Talk to me, man. It's same thing.
Inflation.
Come on, man.
The punk ass election that's coming up.
My God.
Okay. Speaking of
And
that,
other things, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it as we.
Speaking of that, I'm just gonna cut straight into it because I remember we all Beehive, you too. But yeah, we was all at the Kennedy luncheon, man. And to be honest, bro, I'm a little disappointed. I know that ain't the way you said, but I'ma say it like that. You know what I'm saying? That Kennedy kind of like dropped out because I was convinced that after making a song about him, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you think about that, Jock?
That's cap. That's all politics. See, the whole key with Kennedy, with RFK, was to come in and rationalize with us and our culture and pull the black vote his way, right? Mm-hmm. For the people who didn't really want to vote for Trump or re-vote for Biden. Yeah. So once they round up enough people to get the vote, because it's like, oh, here's Kennedy and how close he was to Dr. King, or his family was to Dr. King.
That one bought it.
And his uncle and father was assassinated. It made you be like, damn, these people died for us and they still willing to die with us type, type shit.
Yeah.
Only to get it to a point to where once he done pulled these people over here, then he realized he can't go no further because ain't nobody gonna sit there and listen to that man. He can't even fucking talk.
Damn.
I'm gonna keep it a whole 100 with you now.
Damn.
Because that was one of the things when I sat there, I said, I'm willing to overlook that if he is really here to help America and help us, right?
Jock, I did a song for him. Me, Boosie, Drummer Boy, Jazzy Faye.
And guess what?
Good thing we didn't do that damn video.
And that's why I wasn't on that song. Because I had already peeped game. Because most of the people that was running from him had come from Trump's camp. So all this shit was a ploy. It was a bait and hook. That's what it was, a hook and bait. Basically, he put us right here, got us like, damn, man, he might be out. Shit, he might be out. We might need to rock with Kennedy. Only for them to say, okay, boom. When they got down and said Biden ain't gonna run, and it was gonna be Kamala, it's like, oh shit.
So we were supposed to switch to Trump.
The plan was gonna trip. He's gonna take all these supporters, because he's gonna split the black vote.
Yeah.
And he's gonna take all us over there and drop us right off. We got down Uncle Trump.
So you feel like Kamala is better than Trump? Cause now, so she was there for like 3.5, and I'm no way Democrat, Republican. You know what I'm saying? I just like the fact that it was independent. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I always been independent.
And that's what
you always been. And that's what got me kind of like wanting to go that way, right? So, do you feel it's the best of both evils? You think that she'll be better for the position right now?
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you, man, and I say this wholeheartedly. You know what? The moral fiber of a man, or woman, speaks volumes. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I give you a perfect example right now. If I got a partner that's a killer, a real robber, I know he'll goddamn double cross, triple cross me. Mm-hmm. I can't expect him to do the most morally righteous thing, honorable thing. I can't expect him to be ethically on point. Mm-hmm. Because he's showing me who he is, his character. When you take a person who is constantly promoting divisiveness, he talks about, it's the surface. We don't even go too deep. We just talk about the integrity. The way the man treats people, talk to people, handle people, the way he just dismisses things and acts and just spews lies and I'm disgusted by it. So I don't even want to take the time to listen to your policies, boy. I'm gonna keep it 100.
3.5 years.
I don't care about
of her being there already.
What you mean? She the vice president. The goddamn president was trying to do things that he said he would do. He said he would relieve some of the student loan. Mm-hmm. That debt. You know what happened when you relieve some of that student loan debt? You know what happened?
What happened?
Your debt to income ratio changed, which means your credit goes up. You're in a better standing, a better position. So that's just like me giving you some goddamn money. Oh, but who blocked it? The Republicans. So when you start looking at stuff, because it take time. That's just like right now, if I come in and I got down take your kids from you as a man, and I come in and I be their new daddy for 4 years. And I go in and I'm gonna brainwash them on all the way. I'm gonna do shit from here on out, the new shit. If you come back in 4 years, you think they're gonna just be able to wipe that away from them? It's gonna take you some time, almost double time. That's why they say it takes almost 8 years for either one of these parties to clear up the last party's efforts and policies. So when you start talking, it's certain things that I'm not gonna even get in no conversation with nobody about. She been here for 3. Well, when Mike Pence was with Trump, what the fuck did he do? The whole 4-year term. You can't tell me nothing he did. Cause you wasn't focused on the vice president. We gonna choose to focus on the vice president now that the vice president is a factor, because now the vice president has been appointed or put in a situation to run as president. I think Kamala Harris has a lot of things against her. For one, she's a woman. That right there is already like, hold up. Then she's a black woman.
Double hold up.
Double hold up. Then you got black men who are looking at her like they done been locked in on the false narrative. She locked all these black people up and this and that. All that shit's been debunked. But then the fact she a black woman married to a white man, that shit almost is like, it kind of puts you in a position where you're like, well, I don't know, she married to a white man. And so you start looking at shit like that, but all that shit surface. All of it surface. Just put the policies, line the policies up. Line the policies up.
Yeah, I heard it first. Y'all heard what Jock said. You know, he say line the policies
up. Jock Luther King, I gotta ask this, man.
No, I'm just saying.
I feel you.
Jock Luther.
I mean, let's just be real. Like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
We all from the hood.
Yeah.
We all from the hood, and it's always a candidate for a new position in the hood.
Facts.
All right. Now, if you got a candidate, we say, who we gonna get to be the face of our hood? We not gonna go get the most irate, the most deplorable goddamn person to be the face of the hood. It's not supposed to happen like that. Unless he's truly showing you where he gonna bring the hood out of the debt. He gonna bring the hood out the hole.
See, with me, it's different, man. I'd rather a motherfucker be straight up and let me know what they're about than me not knowing what a motherfucker about. With him saying and being who he is, it makes me not depend on damn motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And that's just me standing on my own, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it start with the president. I feel like it start on a local level, and that's where we need to really like make the change at, you know what I'm saying? Not when it's time for a president to get in the White House, you feel me?
We can get in that conversation and take we can take all the focus off of this major goddamn campaign coming up in less than 14 days. We could do that and talk about local level all day. Cause all that shit is important. That shit come with it.
Yeah.
Don't just, if you sit down and eat, don't tell me, well, as long as the side's cool, I ain't worried about the entree. You're a motherfucking lie. Exactly. Cause you're gonna be very pissed off about your meal. Your dining experience is gonna be less than enjoyable. So when we talk about it all together and we sit down and you got a plate in front of you and you talk about your local level and you start talking about your sides, okay, cool. But that main protein on your plate, that shit got to be on point too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying that as the president. Because at the end of the day, I vote, I'm a taxpayer, I'm a law-abiding citizen, right? But when I sit back and you can tell me, you can say what you want to say, I just like a person to be straight up. You're right. I ain't mad at him for being who he is. That makes it easy for me to know who I'm not going to fuck with.
Exactly.
You know?
But see, also, too, you know, Jock has to make sure that his stance is clear, because you saw what happened to Charlemagne. Charlemagne, you know, was talking about what Kamala had to say about the sex changes in the prisons. And the Trump campaign took that and used that as ammunition and propaganda for the Trump campaign. And Charlemagne had to hit them with a cease and desist because that's not what he stood for as far as, you know, who he was voting for and who he was, you know, co-signing. So I definitely understand that.
So why is there so much pressure on people like Jock, people like Beehive, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do people put so much emphasis on the things that we say?
Influencers. The influence. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people just don't feel like thinking for themselves. So when they hear Jock say something, they say, you know what? I'm listening to him with everybody else in the city of Atlanta. It's the #1 morning show, and if that's the direction that Atlanta's going in with Jock and the Streets Morning Takeover, then I'm following in that direction. So therefore, it makes him responsible to the 10th power for whatever he says, because people will follow that influence.
A voice of reasoning is very impactful, Turk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you yourself, you're an artist. You know how people put you on a pedestal? You know how you celebrate it?
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to say the things that some people don't know how to say.
And the platform.
Now if you say it for me, yeah, I can go and repeat it for you. But I may not have had the sauce. I may not have had the courage. I may not have had the backing behind me. I may not have had the know-how, the wherewithal to get these words out, these thoughts out, these feelings out, these emotions out.
Yeah.
That's why you had niggas like Tupac who would stand up, and people would let a nigga like Pac talk for us, because you know where he stood. If he stood for what you stood for, you felt like his integrity was on point enough, and that nigga had enough nuts and courage to say what the fuck needed to be said in front of the people, for the people. Fact. That's what happens. We take it upon ourselves to sit in front of a microphone, in front of a camera, at a podium or on a medium, and deliver what we may take in, whether it's facts, whether it's opinions, whether it's suggestions, whether it's diagnosis. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We take that on, and you become responsible when you do that. So I just feel like, man, when I sit back and I close my eyes, I'm gonna listen to what he got to say. And if I keep doing it with my eyes closed, I don't even gotta look at it. I feel it in my soul. Mm-hmm. Hey man, once upon a time, you had me fucked up. Once upon a time, I listened to people and I thought that Trump was that guy, by way of propaganda and popularity and positioning. Mm-hmm. Your real PPP, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was caught up in. That's why I said boys in the hood call me Black Donald Trump. Nigga, I said that shit with my chest. I used to say that shit loud as fuck when I said it, and I cut the music in the crowd. I said, Black Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Now when I perform that song, I shut the fuck up when I get to that part. Ooh. Because I'm man enough to know that at that point I was under a different influence.
Okay.
You know, and you know, politics is so close to religion that you could be my brother and you feel this way about him and I feel that way. Now I walk away like, man, I don't really fuck with Turk after that conversation. And so that's why I'm very careful about how I talk about it, because no matter who you decide to vote for, that's your prerogative. No matter who or what party you decide to endorse, that's your prerogative. And I think that's only fair to allow you as a man to be a man and vice versa. Yeah. So I would say this humbly. No matter who you vote for, just make sure you're making the right choice for you and your family.
Damn right.